Jensen and Nicholson Paints. Whenever you see color, think of us.
Sunland la samacha Shakti Tana varum.
Kanchipuram, Pachaiyappas, Chennai, Kanchipuram, Vellore, Thiruvannamalai.
When Nagi came to talk to me about this, he just brought a picture, a visual, and what Prabhas is going to look like. And I was this huge guy who's shoving off the Prabhas. And all the fans of Prabhas, please excuse me, I'm haath jod ke maafi maang rahe hain. Don't massacre me after you see what I do to him in the film.
They're all your fans.
That's the detailing that I was talking about, your father. He's so simple, so down to earth. You can't believe he's there on set every day. A huge experience and a learning for all of us, which is why, and Prabhas, I'm very sorry, all the fans.
I thought like Amitab sir, I need to be careful and all. He can't be so hard on this film. This man is not whatever he's saying. He's some 25, 26. And I told him, he's so strong.
One of the challenges for an artist used to be to give a close-up with a 75mm lens on a Mitchell camera, which was huge.
Even the cameraman is not actually looking at the image, but is looking at He came to act in Thiruvannamalai.
Yeah.
We did the scenes.
And it was a long break because, obviously we were shooting in, different schedules and I hadn't heard from him in a while, and I see this missed call from Nagi. I was like, what has happened? I just called to tell you, we shot our first day with Kamal sir.
What I feel, Kamal, is really admirable is that we have two ladies, ladies looking after this massive production, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, some of the visuals you've already seen in the trailers, but to have two women actually in charge and to see it executed, and today we sit here to talk about the film and the kind of production that it has come out, the kind of visuals we've seen has never been seen before. I mean, it's just quite
I was just talking about Sholay.
Yeah.
It's like that, like nobody has seen horses fall like that.
Exactly.
Nobody has seen machine guns going off like that. And nobody has seen a villain talk like that or a hero behave like that. Everything was new about it. I think that's the same effect, and I know where you're getting the confidence from. Your father told me the story about how he became a producer. He just went and stood in front of NTR's house for so many days that he noticed this face and he said, why is this young man, he seems educated. And he called him in, and that's how the connection started, and he became a producer for NTR. And the name Vaijayanti film was given by Mr. NTR. So that's
What a wonderful story. We never knew all this.
No, that tenacity of purpose.
When Nagi came to talk to me about this, he just brought a picture, a visual
Concept.
of what my character is going to look like and what Prabhas is going to look like. And I was this huge guy who's shoving off the Prabhas. And all the fans of Prabhas, please excuse me, I'm haath jod ke maafi maang rahe hain. Don't massacre me after you see what I do to him in the film.
They're all your fans.
That was what was so impressive. I said, he's already got a vision in mind. And he's got a picture of what he's going to look like. Very rarely do you see.
But see, I've seen photo shoots or what do you call
storyboard.
Storyboard.
Yeah, it's not there on my time.
But I always suspect that because that's an ambition. What happens really? But when I ask that question, all that is fine. It's on paper. But how are you going to bring it? I said, we had. And they showed me your footage. So I kept quiet. I just became part of the project because usually people come with big diagrams and the films don't even get made. So my question was that. Then I straight away went into what am I going to look like?
Yeah.
So I told you the story.
Yeah, we just heard the story.
I came up with the third eye and he said, it's done.
It was the first trial for me. I don't know how the trial went for you. The makeup trial and the prosthetics and everything. And I was saying, oh God, another prosthetic film because I'd already done two before this. And they're very painful. But, the 3 hours that it used to take to put on the prosthetic, and then another hour and a half, 2 hours to take it off, it was all worth it. And now when we talk to, people outside who don't know that, all of us that use prosthetics, it takes about 3 hours to put it on. And you have to just
and
be...
then taking it off.
Yeah, not move, not do anything, cooperate with the makeup artist. It's not a torture really, but a lot of people think it must be torturous.
It is a
Requires a
torture,
lot
sir.
of-
We know.
Once you know that what the final result is going to be...
It is a torture if the movie is not good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
But the movie is good enough,
It's all worth
it's not, because you're already imagining the applause.
No, what I was saying, Kamal, was that the day I put on my makeup for the first day and went onto the set, I knew that this was worth it. The moment you sit on a scene, you see the set, you see what's happening, it's just, I knew it was all worth it.
But I got a call when you walked on to set. I remember Nagi calling me and just that first day of shoot with you, and Nagi called me and said, I just had to call and tell you that we shot our first day with Kamal sir. And I was like, I
He
missed
never
it.
told
but-
me.
He called me. I was in Bombay, and it was a long break because obviously we were shooting in different schedules, and I hadn't heard from him in a while. And I see this missed call from Nagi. I was like, "What has happened?" I just called to tell you we shot our first day with Kamal sir, like a child.
That's what made this film.
Yeah.
That
child.
child.
Yeah.
We hope this child will also make it one day.
So you were
Prabhas,
like-
you've always been very quiet and simple and don't give many reactions on set, but
Yes, sir.
but somebody of your stature who is now presently, I've always wondered how you feel or how you felt when Nagi came and said this to you.
When Nagi said first time...
Because when I first met him,
couldn't-
and we met on set and all that, we went through this whole procedure of who's going to touch whose feet. So he came and said, so I'm just touching your feet. So then I said, okay, let's stop it here, this whole business. And then in a very quiet, private moment, he said, sir, be prepared to break a few bones and this and that. This guy has made me break bones here, there, and I've been jumping here and there in Bahubali and so on and so forth. So I was wondering, how is it going to happen? But that's the detailing that I was talking about, your father. He's so simple, so down to earth. You can't believe he's there on set every
Yes.
day.
He's the first person.
And he's actually monitoring what the artist is being
Yeah.
asked to do. Hey, don't put this, don't make him do this because that's tough for him. But the way Nagi programmed everything, he said, sir, don't worry, we'll just use close-ups and we've got, dupes and we've got harnesses.
And
this
it is not about the number of cameras or number of crew.
Exactly, yeah.
It's the quietness of the set which I enjoyed most.
I remember the message.
Because that's lacking in most sets.
Yeah.
The noise should be inside and in the theatres, not in the set. So everybody is talking in discipline, which I found that Mr. Nagi could speak in his volume and still be heard.
Yeah.
He mumbles, but he's still heard in the set because that's how quiet the set is.
I ask these questions, because in my time we never had all these facilities.
Yeah.
So if we had to jump from the second floor, we actually jumped. There were no harnesses, you break your ankle, you break your leg and everything.
it's very tough.
So it was a wonder for me how they were going to be able to do it. But I just marvel at the technology now. Kamal, you must have been through a lot of all this earlier on.
I think we have invested by breaking so many more now.
We never had these facilities, Prabhas.
Yes, sir.
Never
We
had
know.
them. And to be able to now be part of it.
Yes.
And to have, little cameras like this who are
Yeah.
recording everything on digital.
Yeah.
For us, as you may be knowing that, celluloid film was the most expensive item in the budget of a film.
Yeah.
Because it was not available. It used to get imported from Kodak. And to save celluloid film, you had to be sure that your first take was okay.
Yeah, there's a reputation.
You
that
can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Rishida used to say, Rishida, just one take. No, one take, okay. He's saving celluloid, but he's also satisfied with it. And if you insist it is there, take, you pay for it. You know, it's like that. We never had an opportunity to see, you know, monitors. Yeah.
No
And we were not
cameras.
allowed to go near the camera also. We had to pay a fine if we were.
they'll all upload
If you got a
charge
chance
money.
to look through the.
Nothing, never allowed. Not even allowed to go to the editing room. I mean, it was impossible. You saw yourself for the first time on the day of the release of the film. So all this has been a huge experience and a learning for all of us, which is why, you know, and Prabhas, I'm very sorry, all his fans.
The first time when we had a fight, you caught me here, and I thought like.
In the movie.
In the movie. So I thought like Amitab sir, I need to be careful and all. He got me so hard, and this man is not whatever he's saying. He's some 25, 26. And I told him, he's so strong.
No, but a lot of things we did, you know, we never ever expected we could manage this. And that is what is so intriguing with you.
I think also the sets, I think for the audience to know that we eventually, if I may say,
Built a city.
built
Cities,
land
worlds,
and
yeah.
built a city. And I think the fact that Nagi today has a vision where once the movie releases, I think fans of the movie can actually go and
And the
visit
vision
the
is
set.
unique because the way they places the camera
Correct.
is not like we are used to.
Yeah.
He comes quite close to look at you.
Too soft.
And that's what you enjoy because
Yeah.
how do you act for cameras here?
Yeah.
So how do
In
you
our time, it used to be a challenge, Kamal. You know,
Yeah.
and I still remember that one of the challenges for an artist used to be to give a close-up with a 75mm lens on a Mitchell camera, which was huge. And this huge monster used to come and stand here with a lens, and you have to do a close-up. It's
And it's a rack shift camera.
Yeah.
You can
So even the cameraman is not actually looking at the image, but is looking at parallax.
Was
Parallax,
tough.
yes.
And they didn't have monitors.
Nothing.
No monitor.
Nothing.
How producers feel happy when big artists like that lend themselves to the show. Shivari Saab had not worked for a year. He came to act in Thiruvannamalai. We did the scenes, so for him it's very new to see something on a computer.
Correct.
So
That's right.
I was showing off, and I showed him in a computer the cut version of the scene. Can I stay one more day? He said, one more day? Yeah, you can. What? Can you do all those close-ups? It looks very amateurish. He said, I thought he's talking about me.
Yeah.
He said, me, I have not acted for 1 year. It shows.
Oh, gosh.
How can you refuse a man like that?
yeah.
I said, if I had to rebuild the set, I would have built it for him. So the director is asking for something. That's what I said. The word pertinent I used was
Yes, exactly.
when he tells you, you're convinced. You're not asking, what do you want? Please tell me what do you want. Keeping on, taking after take, what do you really want?
Yeah.
But he clearly tells you, and you say, yes, that's what I should have done. And that's very rare in a
Amazing.
director. Very few have that. When that happens, the set lights up, even without lights.
Jensen and Nicholson Paints. Whenever you see color, think of us.
Sunlandல சமைச்சா சக்தி தானா வரும்.
Kanchipuram, Pachaiyappas, Chennai, Kanchipuram, Vellore, Thiruvannamalai.